Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this video I'm going to show you guys how to make the pants for the top that we made initially. So guys, this pant here is for somebody and her hip is 54. So the one you saw at the beginning of the video is my own pants, which is 48. My hip is 48, but it's exactly the same way that I made the pant, except that I have a zip in front of my own pants. Her own has a zip at the back, but I figured that people would also want to see a tutorial on how to make the pant for that particular top. So the same style of pant works for this, because you can see it's free starting from my thigh down, right? So just how I made that pant is what I'm going to show you guys here. The only difference is that for this client I'm going to be putting her zip at the back, and if you remember the video you saw at the beginning, my zip is in front, right? So how you're going to do it is, first thing is that I went ahead and marked half an inch at the top here, which is going to be my seam allowance to add the band here, and then all my measurements are going to start after this band here, but I'm going to be putting into consideration 2 inches for my band. So you see, after that, on this line here, this half an inch line, I'm going to insert her waist to her hip, which is at 11, right? So I'm going to mark 11 all the way, and then after that I'm going to mark her crotch measurements, which is basically her hip divided by 4. So that's what I'm going to use here. Or you can have the client sit on the chair and then you measure from her waist to the chair. So basically her own is going to be 13.5. Like I said, her hip is 54. How you're going to get the crotch for somebody, and you can use this for anybody, right? So her hip is 54. So that means to get her crotch, I can do her hip measurement divided by 4, which is 13.5, and that is what I'm using here. So I'm going to go ahead and also mark it again here. 13.5, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it, connect it this way. This is going to be her crotch, and then this is going to be her hip, right? Hip measurement, the hip line before the crotch line, right? So after that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and insert their hip measurement divided by 4. Like I said, her hip is 54. Divided by 4 is going to be 13.5. Right? I'm going to add 1 inch to it, mark it here. Do the same thing at the waist. Hip divided by 4, 13.5 plus 1, 14.5, mark it. So now I'm going to connect from this point to this point. Guys, this pant is very, very easy to make. Connect it to this point, and then I'm going to give it a curve here. How you're going to get this measurement from this point to this point is basically whatever you have here, from this point, from here to here. You see where my 2 fingers are? That's whatever you have from this point here, this line of this here to here, which is basically your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Whatever you got here, divide it by 4. That's how you're going to get this here. So let's say you got 12. If you divide it by 4, that is 3 inches is what you will have here, right? Let's say you have, whatever you have is you divide it by 4, and then you're going to, the distance from this point to this point divided by 4 is how you're going to get the crotch. So once you do that, connect it here. Next thing on the line is to go ahead and insert your waist divided by 4. So her waist is 41. Divided by 4 is going to be 10.25, right? So I'm going to go ahead and mark it here. And then I'm going to insert 2 inches, 1 inch of that and 1 inch of seam allowance. And then from this point here, I'm going to connect it all the way to the hip line. Just like that, right? And that is it here, right? If you want, you can go ahead and leave the pants straight, but for me, what I like to do, it will be too wide if I do that. So to straighten it a little bit, what I like to do is to come down here, especially for a bigger person, is going to make the pant too wide. So what I like to do is to go down here, take 1.5 on this side, go down here, take 1.5 on this other side. So go ahead and just do your waist to your knee, which most times is at 22, right? For most people is at 22. Mark it here, and then do the same thing here. Maybe at this point here you can do minus 1.5 again, or you can do, depending on how you want it, you can do the same 1.5 here, or you can do 1 inch here, and then just connect from this point. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You can do subtract 1.5 here, 1.5 here, and then come down to the knee, do 1 inch here, 1 inch here, and then connect it from here to this point, here to this point. So let me go ahead now and show you what I'm saying. So from here, I'm going to connect it all the way to the top, like this, and then connect from this point to this point, this point to this point. So guys, after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and insert my dart. So that is going to be nipple to nipple divided by 2 plus half an inch. So her nipple to nipple is 4 divided by 2, is 8 divided by 2 is 4 plus half an inch is 4.5. Mark 4.5 distance from this point to this point. Mark half an inch on this side, half an inch on this side. The length of my dart is going to go down all the way to this point, but 2 inches before the hip line, somewhere here. Connect it all the way, half an inch on this side, half an inch on this side. So this is going to be my dart. I'm going to go ahead and match it here, and then I'm going to go ahead, cut all the way, cut this out, and then cut this out. Here I've cut this out now, so I'm going to use this here to trace the back. To trace the back is still the same width of fabric that I'm going to cut, but I'm going to extend it by at least 4 inches, right? So I'm going to make the width wider by 4 to 5 inches is okay. So let me get the fabric that I'm going to use for that. So guys, this is what we have here. You see, I folded my fabric. You could see where I folded it at, right? So now the only change I have to make here, because like I said, the pant is going to have a zipper at the back, right? What I'm going to do is just to go ahead now at this part here, from where you see my front panel, you could still see the chalk here. From this point here, I'm just going to come in 2 inches, and then I'm going to just come out here 2 inches, right? Connect it here. This is where the front panel stops. You see, if I raise it up, you see where it stopped. From the end here, I came out 2 inches, marked it, and then from the end of where it stopped, I went in 2 inches and stopped. And then after that, on this point here, I'm just going to go up 2 inches or 2.5, depending on you. 2 inches is okay for me. Go up 2 inches here, and then I'm going to connect this point to this point here. So this is going to be my back waistline from here to here. Once that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is to this part here, the crotch here, I'm going to make sure I have up to 3 inches at this point here, or 3.5. So extend it. You see where the front panel stops? From this point here is where it stops, and then I extended it at least 3.5 here, stopped here, and then from that point now I'm going to blend it in to this part here. So this mark that I made here, I'm going to just blend it here, because this is what is going to form my back crotch, right? I'm going to just connect it. You see what I'm marking here, and just like that. You see, if I pull it down, this is what it looks like. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and add like 1.5 inches. This is going to be the zipper, because like I said, she's going to have a zipper at the back. Connect it to this point here, and then all the way. It depends on you, the length of your zip. That's what will determine where you stop. If your zipper still goes down, then you can also go down, right? My zip, I think, would be from this point to this point. Is okay for me. So once that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this hip line here and add 1 inch to it, right? And then the same thing here, I'm going to add 1 inch here, and then at this knee length here, I'm going to add like 1 inch here, and then 1 inch here. Do the same thing at the end of the pants here. Just add 1 inch at this end here, 1 inch at this end here. That is 1 inch from where this front panel stops. Add 1 inch on this side, add 1 inch on this side. After that, I'm just going to go ahead and connect from that point here all the way to this here, just like that. And once it's done, I'm going to go ahead and connect from this crotch here all the way, just like this. And once that is done, I'm going to just connect this same part again. This 1 inch that I've added here, I'm just going to keep connecting it from here to here, and then to here, and then to this point here. And that's basically it. So all I have to do now is just to cut. If I pull this out now, you'll see what my back panel looks like. So all I have to do is just to cut all these lines that you're seeing here out to this point, and then go down. To do is just to go ahead now and add a dart here. So you're going to come in here, the same 4.5 we did before, mark it like 5 inches down, half an inch on this side, half an inch on this side. So the dart at the back is shorter. Notch it, So now all I have to do is just to take it the way it is now. This is the wrong side of my clothes, right? I'm just going to take it, go to the sewing machine, hold it together like this, sew the crotch all the way and come in at least 1 inch into where my zipper is. Put in my dart and then open it up. Then I have my 2 back panels joined together. Take my front panel, do the same thing. Go to the crotch just like this. Hold it like this on the sewing machine. Sew it using 1/2 inch. Come up to this point. Once that is done, I'm going to open up the 2 sides. You see, I've joined the back, joined the front together. Open up the 2 of them like this. Close up the side, close up the side, close up the inner crotch, and then I have my pants. Make sure you add your darts, and then we'll come back and put in the bands, and then also add in our zipper. So guys, this is it. Like I told you, once you join the 2 sides, once you join the center, add your dart in front, add the short dart at the back, and then close the side up, close the crotch. Everything is almost done. So all we have to do now is to add the band. Measure your waist. Like I told you, her waist is 41. So all I have to do is just take fabric that is up to 41 inches of width, 5 inches of width, 41 claws for the length, at least 43 or 44 because of the zipper allowance, right? All I have to do is just that 5 inches of width, I'm going to fold it into 2, and 5 inches folded into 2 is going to give you 2.5 on this side, 2.5 on this side. Remember, I left 2 inches for my band, so all I have to do is to tuck in 1/2 inch on this side, 1/2 inch on this other side, and then I'm going to close it up, iron it down all the way like this, and then take the side of my pants, starting from the back like this, from the side, the back. So this is the back, right? You see, I left the zipper for the back like this. I'm going to start from one side and run the band all the way to the other side. Once I get to that point, the next thing I'm going to do is just to go ahead and insert my zipper at the back, and that is it. Fold the ends of my pants. So let me go ahead and do that now. So guys, the purpose of the video is to show you guys how to get the leg of the pants that way. So it depends on you. You can add your zip in front, you can add your zip at the back. As you can see, the one I started with, which is mine, has the zipper in front, but this one has the zipper at the back, but the leg and fitting of the pants still remains the same. It's just what you want to do with the zipper. And if I wanted a pocket, all I had to do was just to insert a pocket somewhere in between here, like 6 inches opening here and here. I also have a video on how to add the pocket that goes on top. I already have video on all these things on my channel, so I'll also link that below. So that's basically it here. You see, have a zipper here at the back of the pant. Guys, the fitting of this pant is really nice. I like using this method to make pants for anybody, any size, any body shape. It always fits, like it always fits them nicely. So that's basically it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Guys, please like, share and subscribe. Bye.